What happened to Ser Luthor Largent? House of the Dragon Season 3 Episode 5 explained. Warning: this video contains major spoilers for House of the Dragon Season 3 Episode 5. One of the most shocking moments in Episode 5 happens during the final minutes inside the Gold Cloaks barracks. Daemon Targaryen walks inside expecting to meet the men protecting Queen Rhaenyra's capital. Instead, he discovers complete chaos. The Gold Cloaks have been overwhelmed. The barracks are covered in blood. At the center of the room is Ser Luthor Largent. Around him, a chilling message has been written in blood: a feast for traitors. The scene immediately left fans with countless questions. What really happened to Ser Luthor Largent? Who was behind this brutal attack? Why would someone target Queen Rhaenyra's own city watch? And what does that disturbing message actually mean? The answers reveal a much bigger strategy that could threaten Rhaenyra's rule long before another dragon enters the battlefield. Let's explain. Before we talk about what happened to Ser Luthor, we first need to understand who he is. Unlike Daemon Targaryen or Ser Cole, Ser Luthor Largent is not a prince or a powerful lord. He earned his position through years of loyalty and service. As one of the leading commanders of the Gold Cloaks, his responsibility was simple: protect King's Landing, maintain order, and defend Queen Rhaenyra's rule inside the capital. Although he may not receive as much screen time as the major characters, Ser Luthor plays an important role in keeping the city under control. That is exactly why he becomes such an important target. By Episode 5, Queen Rhaenyra may occupy the Iron Throne, but her position is becoming increasingly unstable. The city is struggling with food shortages. Fear is spreading through the streets. People are beginning to question how long peace can actually last. Meanwhile, the Greens understand something very important. Winning a war is not always about defeating an army. Sometimes it is about making people lose confidence in their ruler. That appears to be exactly what this attack was designed to accomplish. Rather than launching another direct assault against dragons, Rhaenyra's enemies strike at the heart of her government, the City Watch. The Gold Cloaks are supposed to represent safety and stability. If they cannot protect themselves, how can they protect the people of King's Landing? That question alone creates fear throughout the city. One detail many viewers may have missed is the message written across the barracks: a feast for traitors. Those words were not written by accident. The attackers wanted someone to find them. This was not simply an attack. It was psychological warfare. The message was meant for everyone still loyal to Queen Rhaenyra. It tells every soldier, every guard, and every supporter that standing with the Queen could come with terrible consequences. Fear spreads much faster than swords. That is exactly what Rhaenyra's enemies are counting on. Ser Luthor represents authority inside King's Landing. As long as experienced commanders continue leading the Gold Cloaks, Rhaenyra's government appears strong. Removing someone like Ser Luthor creates uncertainty. It weakens leadership, it damages morale, and it forces everyone inside the City Watch to wonder who could be next. The attack is carefully planned. Nothing about it feels random. The attackers do not simply enter the barracks. They leave behind a message. They want Daemon to see it. They want Queen Rhaenyra to hear about it. Most importantly, they want the people of King's Landing to begin doubting their own protectors. That is often far more dangerous than winning a single battle. Throughout the Dance of the Dragons, both sides have relied heavily on dragons. But Episode 5 reminds us that wars are not won by dragons alone. Information can be just as powerful. Rumors can destroy kingdoms. Fear can break armies before a single sword is raised. That is exactly what we see happening here. Instead of attacking Rhaenyra directly, her enemies attack confidence itself. Once fear begins spreading inside the capital, every decision becomes more difficult. Citizens begin asking questions. Can the Queen really keep us safe? Can the Gold Cloaks protect the city? Are the enemies already inside King's Landing? Those questions become dangerous because uncertainty weakens every government. For Demon, discovering what happened inside the barracks is especially emotional. Episode 5 proves that power is not only measured by dragons. Control over information, control over fear, and control over public opinion can sometimes be even more important. That is exactly why this scene feels so unsettling. Very little action actually takes place on screen, yet the emotional impact is enormous. It leaves both the characters and the audience wondering who can still be trusted. Book readers also notice that the television series continues making changes from George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood. Instead of following every event exactly as written, the show rearranges certain moments to increase tension and surprise. This allows longtime readers to experience unexpected twists while still moving toward the same larger story. Whether you have read the book or not, one thing becomes clear after Episode 5. King's Landing is becoming more dangerous with every passing day. Enemies are no longer waiting outside the gates. They are finding ways to strike from within. That makes Queen Rhaenyra's position far more fragile than it appears. The attack on the Gold Cloaks is not simply about one commander. It is about sending a message. It is about weakening confidence. It is about creating fear. And perhaps most importantly, it is about proving that nowhere inside King's Landing is completely safe anymore. That is why this scene may become one of the most important turning points of the season. It signals the beginning of a new phase of the war. A phase where psychological attacks become just as important as dragons and armies. So, what really happened to Ser Luthor Largent? He became part of a carefully planned operation designed to shake Queen Rhaenyra's rule from the inside. The attack was never just about one man. It was about sending a warning to everyone still loyal to the Queen. The message written across the barracks was intended to spread fear throughout King's Landing. And judging by the reactions in Episode 5, that strategy may already be working. What do you think? Who do you believe was truly behind the attack on the Gold Cloaks? Do you think this was part of a much bigger plan against Queen Rhaenyra? Or is there another mystery still waiting to be revealed? Share your theories in the comments. If you enjoyed this House of the Dragon breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more hidden details, lore explanations, ending explained videos, and Episode 5 analysis. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.